Now, something wonderful's about to happen. Dan and Phil are about to join me for the album chart.
Hi, Jamila.
Dan and Phil, are you there? How are you?
We're something wonderful. Thank you very much.
What are you wearing? Wow.
Do you like Phil's Pizza t-shirt? It's horrifying, isn't it? I hate
Is that
it.
what it was? I thought it was some sort of an infection.
I'm kind of regretting it now. It is making me
head
hungry all
online
the
to
time.
bbc.co.uk/Radio 1, and if you click on the little studio, you see a picture of what Dan and Phil think they're wearing right now. Really?
It's making me just want to cannibalize him.
Well, chill
kinda.
out. I mean, Dan, your t-shirt's kind of giving me a headache as well.
I know, thank you. But
So
at least I
what's
don't want
this
to
in
eat
honour
my own
of?
flesh, which
Yeah.
is...
What's up, guys? What's going on this week?
Well, we have an epic frisbee tournament.
Yeah.
We decided that with Dan versus Phil, it either needs to be horribly physically degrading
Yeah.
or have peril. You know
Sure.
how it is. So if it doesn't make pictures of us that are horribly ugly on the internet that will never be removed, it has to at least have some kind of punishment. So today, whoever loses is going to get cream pied in the face, which is horrifying.
No.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody likes that, though, because you can eat it afterwards.
I do, although didn't you do that once, Phil? And then you stunk for like 3 weeks,
Yeah,
didn't you?
my hair smelt of cream for about 3 weeks.
Never, ever stick whipped cream in your face. It's the worst thing.
Okay, fine.
Also,
So-
we've got a video from Tom from McFly as well, which is
Okay.
annoying.
Playing his baby thing.
Okay.
Have you not
That's
seen it,
really
Jamila?
cute. It is. It's really cute. There's been a lot of kind of like mixed reviews over on Facebook. Some people hate it and think it's grim and the song is terrible.
Lame.
Other people
No,
love it.
it's the best thing
I think
ever.
it's the cutest
End.
thing. They're going to have that forever. It's amazing. Gentlemen, how can people get in touch on your show?
Well, you can call us on 03700 100 100, text us on 81199, or go on the internet, tweet us at BBCR1, or leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page.
And do you happen to have the album chart with you?
We do. It is so old. I have no idea what's happened. We need Ellie Goulding back.
Right, take it away.
The official chart.
BBC Radio 1. 5.
Up 2, it is John Legend with Love in the Future. He has won an impressive 9 Grammy Awards. Fact.
4.
Down 1 is Pharrell Williams with Girl. This is apparently the album Pharrell has always dreamed of making.
Fact.
3.
It is a new entry, Wilco Johnson and Roger Daltrey with Going Back Home.
2.
Down 1 is George Michael with Symphonica. George Michael has said he's now embarrassed by his 80s swag.
Wow.
Fact.
1.
And a new entry at number 1, it is Sam Bailey with The Power of Love. Sam Bailey is last year's X Factor winner. The album consists mostly of covers with one original song, and it is the first X Factor #1 album since Alexandra Burke. Congrats.
Oh, yes, Bailey. I'm quite happy for her.
I know,
She's having
I
a
am
lovely
too,
time. She's all
actually. Yeah, number
pregnant and won an X Factor. She's having a lovely time.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, are you going to go get ready for your show?
Let's do it.
All right, someone run the bath. Someone's going to need it. Have a lovely show.
Bye.
So those guys are on from 7 until 9 today, straight after we announce the number 1.
Gym Class Heroes. And before that, Coldplay. You're now listening to and watching Dan and Phil.
Yeah.
BBC
Radio
1.
Rudely interrupted there by Gym Class Heroes, Phil.
Just never ends.
Anyway, Dan and Phil here on Radio 1. Firstly, I just want to say a big congratulations to 5 Seconds of Summer. Yes, that's a very big deal for them. But anyway, me and Phil are back. We were away last week because we were in the USA. As you can tell from a week in Florida sunshine, Phil has tanned loads.
Yeah, I look like Voldemort had a spray tan.
You're slightly less translucent. How do you feel?
I feel healthy.
And by the way, you are literally wearing the most hideous t-shirt I've ever seen in my entire life.
Hey!
For everyone not online, Phil is wearing a t-shirt that is just a giant pizza slice.
It's making me really hungry until Jamila said it looks like an infection. And now I'm feeling less hungry.
It's kind of gross having oily pepperoni slices. Anyway, getting back to the show, it is time to kick this off. Dan and Phil on Radio 1 is a show that is all about the listeners, okay? You guys are totally in control. We will be taking your song requests, we will be taking your calls, reading your tweets, we will be playing games. It is all about you. So don't just sit back and relax like you would usually listening to the radio. Make sure you get involved. Phil, how can people do that?
Well, if you're on the internet, which you should be, you can tweet us at BBCR1, lurk on the Radio 1 Facebook page, you can give us a call on 03700 100 100 or text us on 81199.
But remember that if you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now on anything with an internet connection, even your mobile phone, you can watch the whole show happening live on camera, where you'll be able to see me and Phil in the studio, including his completely hideous pizza t-shirt, pictures and videos to go with internet news, which will be happening in about 20 minutes, and tonight's Dan versus Phil, which I can promise you will have horrifying consequences for one of us. You can look forward to that later. But remember, the most important thing about our show are the music videos, as you guys don't just call in to make songs, but as it all happens on camera, you guys actually make music videos to your favorite tunes and send them in to us, and then we play them on the radio.
And now we have a brilliant paper animation from Maya and her sister to Black Keys, Tighten
Wow.
Up. Hope you didn't get too many paper cuts making this. Here we go.
Okay, what happens in it? Is it just a paper animation?
Yeah, she's cut up so many papers to every single lyric to the song.
Wow, here's Tighten Up. That was Ben Howard with Only Love, not the Black Keys, as apparently the DVD wasn't working, so we chose to play that instead. Surprise.
Did contain a video of a girl riding the back of a giant swan, which has always been my dream.
BBC Radio 1.
Has it really always been your dream to ride a giant swan, Phil?
Hasn't it been your dream?
Anyway, happy Mother's Day! Not to you, to all the mums out there. Bomb chicka wow wow. I always do that. That's really inappropriate. I'm saying it to my mum as well, aren't I? I take that back. I'm really sorry, everybody. But
Don't do
yeah,
that.
are you a good son, Phil? How have you celebrated this Sunday?
Well, I pressed an extra button on Amazon by mistake and sent my mum 10 bags of cherry jellies instead of one bag.
How did you manage that?
I don't know.
Did you
I
just add a 0 in the checkout or something?
added a 0? That makes me an even better son, though, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a good thing that you did it with £1 bag of sweets, though. Like, imagine if you did that with iPads or something.
Yeah.
10 to my grandma. That would have been dangerous.
Goodbye to my bank account. But as is Mother's Day, I thought we could talk about why is your mum cooler than any other mum in the world?
Well, I thought that would be an appropriate thing to discuss.
Yeah.
But I want this, okay? I don't want people to just send in stories of why they think their mum is really nice or whatever. We're calling it hashtag my mum is cooler than your mum, because what I want is a cross between general appreciation and playground banter. You know what I mean? Where it's like, your dad, yeah, well, my dad, I want that, but the mum version right now, okay?
Yep.
So what I want everybody at home to do is to think of all the reasons their mum is super cool and better than everyone else's, and then call us, text us, or tweet us to boast about it. That is what I want.
Yeah, you can call us on 03700 100 100 or text us on 81199, or most importantly, tweet us with hashtag my mum is cooler than your mum.
I'll have a think about that, and then
Yeah.
I'll take your mum down, Phil.
Well, as you're doing that, here's some Rizzle Kicks, Lost Generation for Louisa on Facebook. My mum would totally win. Lost Generation, Rizzle Kicks.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Okay, so in celebration of Mothering Sunday, which is currently happening, if you just found out, it is a bit too late to go to a gas station and buy some flowers by now.
It's only
probably.
happening in the UK, though. Everyone was really confused on Twitter. They're like, I've got to call my mum. What's
Seriously,
going on?
I feel so sorry for everyone across the world, because everyone in
Yeah.
England's like, Happy Mother's Day, and then everyone else is like, what? Because there's nothing worse than forgetting Mother's Day, is there? So
it's
on behalf
horrible.
of every other country in the world on the internet, we're really sorry for pranking you like that. That's truly awful. But anyway, today we are talking about hashtag my mum is cooler than your mum. We want you to convince us why your mum is the coolest. And Phil, what have some people been saying on Twitter?
Eleanor says, we are currently watching the radio show together, so come on.
Clearly, okay.
Definitely cooler. Vicky said, my mum doesn't even question when I fangirl while watching Sherlock and closes my bedroom door properly.
Closes the door. I'll leave you to your John Locke moment. It's okay.
Abby versus the World said she goes to concerts and owns her own band merch. She is in the Nine Inch Nails fandom.
Wow. Wow, that is cool. Your
That's
mum
rare.
is an active member of the Nine Inch Nails fandom? I want to hang out with her, okay?
And Nina said she was in a Madonna music video.
A Madonna music video. That's
What?
pretty cool. And then what's the final one? here?
Jealous. Katie said, because she has me as her daughter, obviously.
Katie, you went there. That was a good start. That was pretty cool. I think
Yeah.
that most of these people are winning so far. I like the mum that appreciates the feels and
Yeah.
closes the door for the Sherlock daughter. That's good. Keep sending them in to us with hashtag my mum is cooler than your mum, and we will continue to read those out.
Now we're going to go back to our paper animation that we didn't play earlier. It's To the Black Keys by Maya and her sister. Enjoy. And I will be asleep the whole time during that morning. That was an amazing paper animation from Maya with the Black Keys.
Thanks for
Tighten
that.
up. Do you want to know what my worst ever paper cut was?
That doesn't sound like a fun story, Phil. Go on then.
I got a PS2 for Christmas. I was opening the box and I cut my thumb open on the side of the box and I couldn't even play it without severe pain.
No! Was that on Christmas morning or
Yeah.
something? Oh no, you couldn't even hold the controller.
It was a sad time.
Wow, that is a tragic story, Phil.
BBC Radio 1.
Hello, Jess.
Hi.
So sinister.
Yeah, so we are talking about why your mum is cooler than any other mum in the world.
Yes.
Convince us.
She brought my brother and I a pug each like 2 weeks ago.
A pug.
Yeah.
Brought you a pug?
Just out of the blue.
Wow.
Did you have any inkling a pug might be on the way?
I knew that we was getting one, but I came home from college at like 6 o'clock and there was two in the bed.
No way.
2 pugs. I couldn't control myself. Wow.
What have you
Yeah.
named your pug?
Monty and Bear.
Monty and Bear, nice names for pugs.
Brilliant names.
Oh, yeah.
Are they house trained yet, or are they just going crazy eating everything?
Are they pooping on you as we have this conversation?
No, they're sleeping.
Okay, good.
Do you think you could be a Crufts trainer and train this pug to do crazy tricks?
I don't think so. I think they'd chew everything.
Probably. I would watch that. You should just film the pugs and make a music video for us.
I was going to do that. I should get on that.
Just a montage of your pug. I would really like that as a video.
You get on that. Now,
Okay.
on this Mother's Day, what song would you like to listen to?
Haim by Falling by Haim.
Nice.
Falling by Haim, great choice. Any dedications for this one?
Can I dedicate it to Kenny?
Yeah, this goes out to Kenny. Thanks.
And your mum. Hey. That was Haim.
That was Haim with Falling.
And now Phil.
It's time. Do you know, I was looking down at the newsroom at the BBC, looking at all the ants doing all of their work.
Scurrying, busy doing the news. Yep.
And do you know what?
What, Phil?
They would never be brave enough to go to the deepest, darkest corners of the internet, as it is now time for the Internet News.
This is the Internet News.
Internet News.
A 3-year-old boy has been turned into a real-life superhero by his dad, whose YouTube videos have been viewed over 8 million times. For everyone who isn't, get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to see the clips of what we're talking about, as here is the video of the dad who edited his kid to be a real-life superhero. Okay, so for anyone who can't see, there is a child running through the lounge. He's climbing on a sofa. He's holding a grappling hook in his hand with a cape. And then in 3 seconds, when you least expect it, child shoots up to the ceiling. Wow. That's insane. And it looks incredibly dangerous.
Was that digital effects?
It's either really good editing or an elaborate conspiracy to cover up an actual super child, which is what I like to believe. But if you want to watch that for yourself, then it is Action Movie Kid on YouTube.
He will save us all. Internet News. How would you feel if you're at school and a 2-foot-long snake casually slithered into the classroom?
I'd probably start crying and wet myself.
Well, that's what happened to pupils in Leicester when a corn snake crawled in via the ventilation duct and wrapped itself around a painting on the wall.
No.
Student Lauren Postle said, "I didn't even see it. I just heard the word snake and freaked."
Wait. She didn't even see it. She just heard the word snake and freaked.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very convenient. Snake.
Well, it's like if there's a bee in the classroom, you know, that's always the most dramatic time
Dude,
ever.
seriously, when anything happens to a class, it's instantly disruptive, isn't it? So can you imagine a snake getting in the room? It would be like an apocalypse.
It would.
I remember once I was in an IT lesson and a queen bee flew into the room and everyone just screamed and ran out, and the teacher was like, I had a class that was happening, but not anymore.
Uh-oh.
Animals.
So you know how to get out of class, just bring bees to school. Do you want to know what happened to the snake?
Yes, please.
RSPCA officials say they are caring for the snake in a specialist facility.
Happy news.
Internet News.
And politician Michael Gove faced possibly the toughest audience of his entire career last week when a schoolgirl challenged him to perform a live rap in front of some students and, more importantly, a camera that was recording it. So Michael Gove, told to rap. What did he choose? Maybe some Kanye, bit of Jay-Z, maybe some Eminem? Nope. He chose the mighty Wham rap from 1982. Just in case you missed out on this, here it is in all of its glory.
You've recently said that you quite like rap music, so I was wondering, could you give us a taster of your favourite rap?
Well, the first rap I probably heard when I was younger was actually quite a vanilla rap, which was the Wham rap, you know, with Andrew Ridgeley and George Michael. Hey, everybody, take a look at me. I've got street credibility. I may not have a job, but I have a good time with the boys I meet down on the line.
Boom! Can you believe that? Wow. And just in case you didn't appreciate that, some genius has actually matched it with the actual record. So here is Michael Gove featuring Wham. Are you ready?
Yep.
And in 3, 2, 1, get ready for this.
Hey, everybody, take a look at me. Yeah, I've got street credibility. I may not have a job, but I have a good time with the boys I meet down on the line.
Oh, wow. That was just... I don't have words.
Look out for that Jamila official chart next week.
Like, seriously, yeah, that's going to be on Charlie Sloth show next week. Thank you.
That was the Internet News.
The Internet News.
But...
Hold on to your horses. We have a special report.
Special report.
By far the most viral video in the world this week was very appropriate today. So we want to say congratulations to Tom Fletcher from McFly, who now has a son named Buzz.
Yeah! Oh, Tom and small child, congratulations.
If you haven't seen the video yet, it's his wife Giovanna. She took a photo of her pregnancy every single day for 9 months while Tom magically sings a song opposite her.
Okay, so he's either got good video editing skills or he's clearly a Time Lord. I know which theory I prefer to believe.
Definitely a Time Lord. Now, I warn you, this is probably going to make you cry.
Just like their wedding video.
Yeah, I shed a few tears. So if you haven't seen it already, get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now to watch it, as here is something new from Tom from McFly.
That was Something New by Tom Fletcher from McFly. How touching was that?
So beautiful. I was thinking yesterday, though, do you know in Stuart Little?
Yeah.
Did the mum give birth to a mouse? I was thinking, like, legitimately thinking about that.
Oh.
I think in the story
Wow.
it was birthed from a human, the mouse.
Or did they find it? No, they adopted it.
No, that was the movie, but in the actual story,
Really?
Stuart was birthed from a parent.
Really?
I might be wrong.
I'm
probably wrong.
That's really kind of horrifying and disturbing. Anyway, thank you. I was just thinking, in terms of average view per video, does this mean that Tom from McFly is currently the most popular YouTuber in the UK?
I think so.
About 50 billion.
Congratulations,
Man.
Tom.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
So we are celebrating Mother's Day with hashtag My Mum is Cooler Than Your Mum, and we have a caller on the line, and his name is Sean.
Bring it on, Sean.
Hi Dan, how are you? Hi Dan, Phil.
Good, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland.
Well, you should keep listening, as we're going to be telling you how you can get big weekend tickets later on in the show.
It's happening in your garden.
Your exact garden. So why is your mum cooler than everyone else's mum?
My mum's cooler than everyone else's mum because one day I was late for school and she got a text and she texted back lol and I got in trouble from the head teacher.
Really?
They've got lol.
Just lol to the head teacher. I love that your mum knew how to lol to the head teacher of all people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
I know.
My mum thought it meant lots of love for a long time.
No, we're not going to get back into the awkward mistakes that can bring.
We're not going to. That wins an award, though. That's cool. So she's not going to be, I'm sorry, I don't know how to internet then, because she is down with the internet.
She's a cool mum. She knows how to lol.
Yeah. So what song? What song do you want to hear tonight, Sean?
Tiesto, Red Lights, thanks.
That's a good choice. Are you going to dedicate it to your mum?
Yeah, I am.
This goes out to Sean's mum. Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
And now requested by Natasha on Facebook, here is Churches with Mother.
Is BBC Radio 1.
Churches, Mother We Share. During that song, I realised we've got Heisenberg from Breaking Bad staring at us in the background of the studio.
Thank you to whoever sent that to our PO box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's utterly terrifying.
Terrifying. So get on the website if you want to see that. And now, thank you to Emily. We have a video of Panic at the Disco. This is Gospel. Panic at the Disco. This is Gospel. Just waiting for those heartbeats to stop. Not that I want Brendan Urie to die or anything.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
On the topic of hashtag My Mum is Cooler Than Your Mum, the playground wars are raging as we speak on Twitter. We got one here which is a bit of a zing from Danzy, who said, my mum is cooler than your mum because she'd never wear a pizza t-shirt. Oh, how does that make you feel,
That
Phil?
hurt. That hurt me.
That was a personal attack. That was good. And we got one here from Emma, who said, my mum's cooler than your mum because she had a conversation with Mark Owen from Take That about pineapple once when they met on holiday. That's amazing.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Emily.
Hello.
Hello. Would you wear a pizza t-shirt, or am I alone in this world?
I don't think so, but I kind of get it. It kind of works.
Oh, thanks. You don't think it looks like an infection, do you?
Slightly. It's a bit too yellow to kind of work as anything normal,
Yeah.
so I'm a bit confused.
Okay. So why is your mum the coolest?
Wherever I go anywhere, if I'm with people my own age, they always kind of say, your mum's good looking, she's not hot, she's just beautiful.
Really?
And it hits me like a ton of bricks.
Is that a compliment, or does it make you go, stop, back off, say another
It
word?
kind of makes me go, stop, because I'm there as well, and it's just embarrassing.
Please stop talking about my mum.
Kind of like a Stifler's mum vibe from American Pie.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah.
Do you know what? You've got a really nice radio voice, Emily.
Strong.
I do. I'm always told. I used to do PR at uni, and I was told
really?
I had a beautiful radio voice when I was there.
It is. It's really crisp.
Would you like to introduce your own requests?
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
Yeah, can I have Girls by the 1975, please?
Yes, you can. Are you dedicating this to anyone?
Marty, Harry, Holly, Gabby, Daniel, and Kerry and Charlie.
Wow, friends.
I know.
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, bye.
This goes out to your beautiful mum as well.
We need to stop doing that, Phil.
Yeah,
We're
I
making
know.
everyone uncomfortable. Girls, 1975.
Girls, the 1975 for Emily, who's probably going to take our job soon if the controller of Radio 1 is listening.
Okay, so on the topic of mum's cooler than your mum, I've got one. Okay. So I went to Disneyland with my family when I was like 9.
Yeah.
And I only went with my mum, my grandma, and my little brother. But I was kind of that awkward age where no one I knew and my family weren't into the big rides, but I was like, I totally do. And just so you know, my mum's greatest fears in the entire world are dark and heights.
Right.
And she went on Space Mountain with me 5 times in a row just because she didn't want me to feel lonely.
Oh.
That is a sacrifice.
What was she like on the ride?
She told me that it was one of the worst days of her entire life ever because she literally spent the entire thing with her hands on her eyes screaming.
Wow.
5 times in a row.
Can I have a little impression of that?
Well, it was just like, just going to be like... and I'm like, why would you put yourself through that? And she was like, I just didn't want you to feel lonely on a roller coaster. And I'm like, Mum, that's a sacrifice.
That's an award there for a good mum.
Seriously. But
people who are trying to beat your mum on
let's
Twitter.
see.
We have Beth, who said, my mum took a selfie with Miley Cyrus in 2009.
Whoa!
Was that before the transition? Into new Miley Cyrus?
It's a new Miley.
I think it was.
She's like a Miley hipster.
That's vintage.
Okay.
Sarah said, because she doesn't turn off the Wi-Fi at night.
Some people's parents... Oh, my God. I just realised we missed the generation of people that would turn Wi-Fi off as a punishment.
Yeah.
We had, like, the kind of mums that would just turn off the monitor and be like, no more computer for you. And I'd be like, oh, no, Mum. Oh, that's really bad. But wow, Wi-Fi off at night.
That's horrific.
My heart goes out to you if that happens.
Yeah. Hannah said, my mum farted in the Tate Modern. Does that win you coolness points?
It was actually one of the pieces of art, Phil. She wasn't saying she's being rebellious. I'm joking. But no, that's pretty rock and roll, I think.
Keep them coming in.
Good.
Hashtag my mum is cooler than your mum. And it's now time for our weekly rendition of Happy from a random European town full of pretty people.
Oh, not more beautiful 6-foot-tall people singing Pharrell. Okay.
This week it's Cybernik. Do you know where that is, Dan?
I have no idea, Phil.
It's in Croatia. Dan versus Phil is on the way, but as we prepare for it, here is Happy. Pharrell, Happy, made by Natalia and all of the pretty people of Croatia.
Gross. Stop sending them to us. I don't want to be depressed by any more beautiful European people in their nice little towns and all their funky dancing. I just stop.
That man had huge thigh muscles.
He did. Yeah, I think everybody noted that.
Yeah.
Impressive thighs. Could kill a man with
that
those.
Was impressive. That is a great example, though, of people getting their music video played on Radio 1.
Absolutely.
So, just like Emily and Panic at the Disco, if you've ever made a music video and want it to your favourite song on Radio 1, don't be shy. Just send it to Dan and Phil at bbc.co.uk after uploading it to your favourite video sharing website.
That is all it takes to get a song or a video played in our show.
But now it's time to talk about...
Dan versus Phil.
Okay, so the Dan versus Phil challenge is something that we do every Sunday night at around 8 p.m. where we do a challenge against each other live on camera on the Radio 1 website. And there's usually 2 kinds of challenge. There's ones that are kind of ironically childish, but then there's the ones that are horribly physically degrading. But I feel like... You know, it's good when it's physically degrading because then you get those awful photos of us that end up on the internet forever and make us really sad for ages.
You like that?
But then when it's the ironic ones, I just feel like there isn't enough real tension. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you won or you lost. But I feel like peril is the key here.
Have we introduced peril?
So tonight, we are going to be playing Frisbee Forfeit.
I hate the word forfeit.
Oh, yeah. As what's going to happen is we are going to be attempting to Frisbee Frisbees, which... Are you good at throwing Frisbees?
No.
I'm awful at throwing. This is going to be a complete disaster. And we're going to try to land them in a kind of... what's the thing?
Target.
Yeah, in a target on the floor. And whoever loses, okay, is going to get custard pied at the end of the show.
No.
So Phil has some experience with this. The first thing that either of us ever did for Radio 1 ever, cool fact, was on Skype on the Fun and Phil's Cabaret in Edinburgh in 2012 in front of Scott and Grimmy. And I remember Nick Grimshaw couldn't remember my name, so he kept calling me the one in the black T-shirt, which is just quite funny. But then as a forfeit, you had to get cream pied.
I got custard pied in the face and my hair stunk of cream for about a week afterwards.
You didn't change your T-shirt and you smelled so bad for like a month.
Terrible.
Like an actual month.
So I'm going to do my best to win this, Dan versus Phil.
Yeah, this is real peril because neither of us want this to happen. We care so much. If you want to see this happening live on camera, then just get on the Radio 1 website right now if you want to watch this. But for everyone else, here is Sigma and the Klaxons. Here we go, Phil.
1 BBC Radio 1.
Dan versus Phil.
This is BBC
Radio 1.
That was Claxons Is No Other Time. And Phil, how was that Frisbee forfeit round for you?
That was really terrifying because there was a big punishment at the end of it. So I was like, okay, I've got to get this right. And the tension was just unbearable.
I do not want whipped cream to be imbued into my skin and hair. We were trying so hard, and apparently it was very close. Neither of us genuinely have any idea whatsoever. I mean, it's exactly what I said. I mean, we're doing a stupid thing. We're just throwing Frisbees onto a mat, but whoever loses is going to stink of milk for like a month. It's going to be horrifying.
If you're watching on the website and saw me saying something, I was actually going, miss. I was chanting him to miss. So hopefully we're going to find out who is winning after this. But now we have a combination even, of Moody Walking, Umbrellas, air guitars and Green Day.
Wow.
Thanks to Joe, Emma and Harriet, here is Wake Me Up When September Ends. Green Day, Wake Me Up When September Ends. Thankfully, we've got ages till September. We've got a whole summer holiday in between us and then.
Woo!
Yay.
But cheeriness is over now, Phil.
Oh.
Because it's time for us to find out, this week, really, more importantly, who the loser of Dan versus Phil was. I'm going to get some tense lighting.
Okay, I'm really scared.
There we go.
That's tense. The lighting is now tense. If you're watching on the website, we've got some tense lighting.
It's red. That's good.
Sarah. Hello. It's up to you to decide which one of us gets a custard pie to the face. How does that make you feel?
Scared.
You're scared.
I'm scared.
We are legitimately terrified right now. I really am not in the mood to get loads of whipped cream in my...
I have no idea who it's going to be. It was so close.
Oh, man.
Well, let's just get it over with. Let's rip this plaster off. Sarah.
Can I have a drum roll, please?
Yes.
You can indeed. Oh, no.
Is
Who is that?
Dan.
No. What were the scores? Have you got the scores?
Okay. I've got the scores here.
I demand a recount. Oh, no.
Wow, okay.
It's not really close.
It was until the end when I destroyed you. It was 740 my score, 590 for you.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that.
No. Oh, you're going to be sat in that chair in the live lounge, then I'm going to be like... and then I'm going to be like...
That was good sound effects. That's
Thank you.
preparing me well for it. So you're going to be watching that, Sarah, on the website?
Yes.
I'm not going to say I'm going to look forward to it, but you have earned yourself a request, as that was a very tense moment for you then.
Indeed.
Who would you want?
Can I have Wild Heart by the Vamps, please?
Yes, you can. And would you like to dedicate this to anyone?
Yes, can I dedicate this to Lucy, Gina and Rachel, please?
This goes out to your friends. Here are the Vamps. The Vamps, Wild Heart for Sarah from Cornwall.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Okay, now to talk about something very exciting. Radio 1's Big Weekend is returning this year to Glasgow on the 23rd, 4th and 5th of May. Woo! Was that your expression of excitement?
Yeah.
It was a good woo.
Thanks.
Top woos, Phil. Woo! But I've been given a very important task. I have to read some important information here, and I've been told that I can't get it wrong. Okay?
Let me look you in the eyes.
Yeah?
You're ready for this.
Do you have faith in me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I can do this. So, the good news is that at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, during Nick Grimshaw's breakfast show, the booking will open to get tickets for Big Weekend at Glasgow. There are 12,500 pairs of tickets available for each day, so actually, you'll need to be quite lucky if you want to get one. The tickets are free. They have a handling fee of £5 per pair of tickets, and this is when it gets technical. So,
all right.
I want you all to imagine a pie. Okay.
What kind of pie?
Whichever one you like.
Okay.
What's your favourite kind?
Blueberry pie.
Cool. Okay. And they represent the tickets. 50% of the pie is reserved for those living within the area covered by Glasgow City Council. 45% of the pie remaining will be reserved for the residents of Scotland. And then the remaining 5% is what's available for the rest of the UK. Ticket-wise.
So the majority of it is basically a haggis pie.
That is a great way to put it, Phil.
Yeah.
Under 16s will need to be accompanied by a responsible adult aged 18 or over. And for all terms and conditions and ticketing information, how to book, go to the Radio 1 website, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. Was that good?
I'm so excited.
Wow.
Yeah, you did well. You did well done.
Thank you very much. So yeah, if you are in Scotland and you fancy grabbing a ticket to Big Weekend, then just listen to Grimmy's show tomorrow morning from 8.
It's making me nostalgic for last Big Weekend.
Is it? What was your highlight of last year's, Phil?
Probably the 60 seconds I spent with Hayley Williams.
It was 60 seconds, wasn't it?
My mouth was so dry.
Your mouth was
It's
dry.
just like of nerves. I was like, oh my gosh, Hayley Williams.
Your mouth gets dry when you're nervous?
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
know
a
why.
thing?
It's a thing.
I think my highlight was just seeing Jared Leto from across the car park. I don't think anyone was important enough to actually speak to him, but I just saw his long mane. It just absorbed his aura.
He looked like Aslan.
He could. He's very kind of God Lion-like,
He was just
isn't he?
glittering.
Indeed.
So we look forward to that. Listen to Nick Grimshaw's show tomorrow from 8 o'clock. Now, thanks to Alex, Keegan, Lucy, Emily for requesting a song and sending in a video. One that's requested loads on Facebook. It's All Time Low with I Feel Like Dancing. I've been to Africa.
Have you?
Yeah, a man sold me 3 camels. They weren't real camels.
that's-
They were little fluffy camels.
Okay, there. Thank you. That's the fluffy camels. Well, I was
Yeah.
like, where did you put these camels, Phil?
Well, before that, you were listening to All Time Low with I Feel Like Dancing. You're listening to Dan and Phil on Radio 1, of course. The time is 8:27, and now we're going to be laughing at your family in Sorry I Don't Know How to Internet in about 15 minutes, but we have a request from Chloe on Facebook. It's Mumford & Sons with Babel. Mumford & Sons, Babel. So how are you doing, Dan? How are you coping with the jet lag?
The jet lag, coming back from Florida,
Yeah.
it was okay, it was intense. As someone who's already quite nocturnal, I think it slipped me over the edge. And then that sneaky hour came out of nowhere last night.
The hour. I felt like I'd been robbed.
It was really funny. Even though we were all given plenty of warning that it was going to happen, I'm so happy we have Twitter just to see the confusion of everybody at 1 a.m. last night when it was like, la da da da, and then everyone was like, what just happened?
I
All
was
of
like,
a sudden.
it's 1:20. I'm going to get an early night for me. And then I looked at my clock. I was like, no, not again.
It's so violating, isn't it? So I just want to say, I hope that everyone out there was not too badly affected by the missing hour. At least it happened on a Saturday into Sunday. Imagine if it happened on a Sunday night.
That'd
The
be
entire
cool.
country would just stop. It would be like a snow day, wouldn't it?
No, it would.
1 hour. So yeah, I'm glad we all survived.
But now we have Bailey, whose video involves her running through a lot of woods. Hopefully she didn't run into the Blair Witch.
You can't mention the Blair Witch.
Oh, yeah,
Childhood
sorry.
nightmares.
Dan's
Thanks for that.
scared of the Blair Witch. It's set to the neighbourhood sweater weather. So go to their website, bbc.co.uk/radio1 to enjoy her video. That was the neighbourhood sweater weather. A brilliant video from Bailey, though. I'm not sure what the blue oranges represented at the end.
It was very mysterious, artistic points being made.
Pretty mysterious. Now, a song that you finally got out of your head is back from the dead, thanks to Ariana. Here's Call Me Maybe.
Sorry.
Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. We shouldn't have apologised for that song.
It is a 5-star pop song, isn't it?
Yes.
This is BBC Radio 1.
And now we have some very special guests. It's Alid and also Adele from The Surgery.
Hey guys, how are you?
Very good.
Phil said the most amazing thing earlier when we found out that both of you were going to come.
Yeah, I was like, well, if you're playing Scrabble, you could still rearrange the letters and have the same person.
Have you realised that?
True.
Yeah, it's
Alid.
true. Adele, they've got the same letters in.
We are the same person, and this is like the first time.
Are there 2 E's in Adele?
Yes, there are.
See, that's what made me think. Yeah,
I couldn't spell at school. so
Adele.
that's the problem. Okay, forget that fact.
Anyway, how
My
are
name
you
is
guys?
Alid. There you go. 2 E's. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm noticing some crutches, Alid.
Now,
How are you doing?
I need to bring these up so you can see these.
Yeah.
I am on crutches, and I have caused a lot of drama this evening behind the scenes at Radio 1, which is why there is me and Adele here.
Oh, really?
Because I had to go into A&E to have my knee looked at because I had an operation last week. And then I was discharged about an hour ago, but Adele was already on the way in. So you've got 2 surgery presenters
It's twice as
for the
good.
price of 1 penny.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Are you ready to give some advice, Adele?
Yes, I am. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to be helping out Alid. I'm going to be his nurse.
You do have a very friendly face.
Oh, thank you.
It's important for a surgery
I've
host,
never
I
been
think.
told that before,
It is. Well,
but
I
thank you
think
very
do.
much.
So what are the numbers people should call if they want to get in touch?
The phone number, if you're happy to call, it's, by the way, open surgery tonight. So anything that's on your mind, it can be any subject whatsoever. You know, Mother's Day, maybe there's mum issues, anything. 03700 100 100. That's 03700 100 100. And in true cheesy DJ style, the text number is
81199.
Nailed it.
Nice. A lot more symbiotic
Yeah.
than us after a year and a half of doing this.
Do
It's
not
true.
call in for us anymore. It's all about these guys on The Surgery, so make sure you listen to that after our show.
Enjoy,
boys.
guys.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
It's going to be twice as good tonight, so make sure you're listening. But anyway, now we have a request from Chloe on Twitter who wants to hear Catfish and the Bottlemen, Kathleen. Catfish and the Bottlemen, Kathleen on Radio 1. But now it is time for our tradition where we all get together to laugh at the technical problems of your friends and family trying to use the internet and various devices. Read out by the erotic tones of Radio 1's Greg James. This, everybody, is Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet.
Internet? Isn't that a misplaced tennis serve in Yorkshire?
I don't get all this facial book.
The World Wide what?
Sorry, I don't know how to internet.
Our first story today comes from D.
Me and my friend, my friend and I, Greg's grammar police, went to buy her a new tablet the other day. When we got home, my grandmother asked my friend, "Where's your new phone?" My friend answered, "It's not a phone, it's a tablet." My grandmother went silent for a moment and then said, "Are you sick?"
Oh, that's so cute. No, but I don't recommend trying to swallow an iPad if you're sick. You
Don't do
would
it.
definitely die.
This is
Just so
why
you know.
I hate things that have the same names as other
They
things.
should just stop. I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, think of like the Wii. Everyone was like, but it's just confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nintendo Wii, why do they need to help me in that area of my life? It's just confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tablets, grandmas, don't blame her.
My name, Phil.
What else is a Phil?
Could you like fill a bucket with something?
Have you run into lots of troubles with that before in your life?
So many issues.
I
Our
can
next
imagine.
one comes from Ave. That's how to say it.
A while ago, one of my friends read on the internet that if you put your phone into the microwave for a couple of minutes, it would charge it.
No,
She was
no.
gullible enough to believe this, and in the end, both the microwave and her phone ended up exploding.
Don't do that. Okay, yeah, so like funny, ha ha ha, exploding phone. Generally in life, do not microwave things just for curiosity. It
No.
will end very badly.
It's a terrible idea. I once left a spoon in the microwave by accident, and I lost most of my tenancy deposit.
How are you alive?
I don't know.
I don't know. How have you survived this long? Kids, don't microwave things that you don't understand. Although that's very funny and kind of sad. Okay, our next story comes from Sam.
My mother decided to test the camera on her new phone by taking photos of me. However, she said that she couldn't find them on her phone. When I looked through the phone, I found 30 selfies of my mum. Turns out she didn't know about the front-facing camera.
Oh, wow. I bet that was an attractive slideshow.
Just a slideshow of her chin.
Of her chin, you know, that perfect angle.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how often people come into that problem, though?
I know.
Like, imagine the world's biggest One Direction fan.
Yeah.
They're walking down a street and they see Harry or someone walking towards them, and they're like, quickly, Mum, this is the moment my whole life has been leading up to. Take a photo of us.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes to look at the phone and just her mum's nose.
Oh,
I bet
no.
that happens so often. I'm really sorry to anyone that's experienced that.
That'd be so sad. That'd happen to me if I met Sarah Michelle Gellar with my mum.
It would just be ruined by
Yep.
the nose.
Leah has our final story.
My dad asked me to teach him how to use the computer, but for some reason, he won't leave the mouse on the mouse mat and moves it around in the air.
That's the way of the future, though. It's going
Yeah.
to be like Minority Report before we know it.
That's like some Iron Man stuff, isn't it? Waving your hands through the air.
So he's just more progressive than any of us.
Even if it's not really doing anything on the computer, he's thinking ahead.
Definitely.
That's good.
And that was I'm Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet.
Beautiful, Phil.
Thanks.
And if you guys listening right now at home have any stories or funny things that your friends and family have done attempting to use technology, or even better, any photos or video evidence of it happening, maybe you can even go and take the photos or the videos specifically for us. I mean, I know that's kind of mean, but I would appreciate it. All you have to do is email them to danandphil@bbc.co.uk, and we could be telling your story in next week's show.
Do it. Now, Andrea has gone barefoot in the snow for this video,
Wow.
so we had to play it.
Commitment.
And her favourite song is Pretty Reckless, just tonight, so she made a video for it, and now the song is on Radio 1. Magical. That was great. Andrea, you look like a snow queen.
She did. She could have been in Frozen.
I really relate to that now after watching Frozen on the plane.
You're actually allowed to appreciate it now because you've seen it.
I get all of the things.
Oh, speaking of our travels, I have to say, last week's show, it wasn't last week, like 50 million years ago, we talked about meaty pancakes, okay?
Yep.
This was a hot topic of debate. We were saying, is it right to have bacon, maple syrup, and then some kind of waffly pancakey thing? Phil was on the yes team.
I was on team yes.
We got loads of texts, people saying yes, people saying no. It's a cardinal sin. I will say now, my personal opinion, after a week of basically having pancakes and bacon every single morning, I don't like it. It's just wrong. It's a sin. I'm on team no.
We just can't be friends anymore, Dan.
Is this it?
It's over.
Is this how Dan and Phil's friendship ends?
Yeah, bye.
Over waffles and bacon. Okay.
It's the end.
It had to happen at some point. And now, requested by Johnny in Cornwall and also Ed on the way back from his stag do, here is Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal.
Don't look at me.
Get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 now to watch the Dan and Phil show on Radio 1.
Okay, so that was Dizzy Rascal Bonkers. But now, as we played Frisbee forfeit, one of us had to get custard pied in the face, and now the time has come. No. So, Phil, how do you feel that you're about to have a bunch of whipped cream unleashed into your clothes?
I don't think I'm ready for it.
You don't think you're ready?
No, I'm scared.
Okay, so I just want to say now, if you want to watch this happening live, get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 to see Phil take his forfeit. Just describe to everyone how you're feeling.
My heart is beating fast.
Okay.
I'm also quite hungry, so I'm a little bit excited
You're
about
not allowed to enjoy this. You have to suffer. Okay.
Okay.
Right, so I've got my pie base here. I'm just gonna... Right.
It looks so gross.
Oh, and then... Oh. Okay, lots
whoa,
of pie,
whoa,
lots
whoa.
of pie.
Careful,
Wait,
careful.
wait,
That's
wait,
enough. That's enough cream.
No, wait.
That is enough cream.
Oh, that is a dense custard pie. Look. Oh, yeah, that tastes good. It won't smell nice in 3 weeks, though.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Are you ready?
No,
okay,
don't do it
here we
now.
go, everyone. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. I can't open my eyes. I don't know what's happening.
I'm so sorry. Was that too much peril for Dan versus Phil? We've gone too far. We've gone to... I preferred when we had our hands in Wellington boots and you could see my butt. Wow, that's... I'm so sorry, Phil.
Oh.
Would you like to introduce Calvin Harris for everyone while you just cry?
Here's Calvin Harris, requested by Calvin on Facebook, which might actually be Calvin Harris requesting his own song.
A lone fool out in the sun.
Under Control, Calvin Harris, requested by someone called Calvin, who could indeed have been actual Calvin Harris requesting his own song.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Probably not. Phil, I'm so sorry that I did that to you.
I feel
my
so
word.
disgusting. I smell already. Like, smell my face. Smell my face.
That's not a fresh cream kind of smell,
It's
is it?
not-
No,
it's
that's-
not fresh.
Well, I'm so sorry, man.
It didn't even taste good.
I didn't want to do that. It was just like survival. You know what I mean? It's like we were forced to do this, and it was either you or... It was like the Hunger Games, basically.
was.
I didn't want to murder you.
I've got it in my eye.
But I had to.
It's in my eye.
Are you going to be traumatized for a long time?
I think we should just get the show over with so I can go and have a shower then.
Okay, that sounds good. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to everybody that joined in with the hashtag #MyMumIsCoolerThanYourMum. There are a lot of cool mums out there.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to every mum listening right now.
And not for the people around the world. You don't have to worry about that yet.
No.
Hey, mums. But now, Phil, do you think it's time we thank everybody that got involved in the show?
Let's do this.
It's time for the end credits. Thank you to Sharon Tamar,
Maya and her sister,
and Beatty,
and Tom from McFly,
and Emily,
and Natalia,
and Joe and Emma and Harriet,
and Alex, Rogan, Lucy and Emily,
and Dev,
and Bailey,
and
Ariana,
and Andrea,
and Emma,
and Dee,
and Abby,
and Sam,
Leah,
and Louisa,
Jess,
and Sean,
Nataza,
and Emily,
Sarah,
and Chloe,
Johnny,
and Calvin. Okay,
Yay.
Alid and Adele from The Surgery will be coming up next. And if you're a 5 Seconds of Summer fan, then go subscribe to the Radio 1 YouTube channel, as a Twitter Q&A where they pull the questions out of their pants will be uploaded very soon. And on that note, requested by Ollie on Facebook, here is Kings of Leon. Use